Hello, dear friends. I am apologize for coming on a little delayed. I was just having a really wonderful coaching call, and I thank you for your patience with me. I'm so excited. I'm feeling very ready for our coaching call today, and of course, it's 11:11, lucky numbers, and my dear past client Roma is coming on today, and we're going to be talking. She said she's got something good for me, so I am ready to bring her on and help her with whatever she is going through. And if you have anything that you want me to coach you on, if there's something that you're feeling called to do with your business, or if there's a way that I can help you in any way, shape, or form, I would love to help you. Even if it's about general life coaching, I'm always here for you guys. Like, I figured out a lot in the past couple years of my life, and I would be honored to help you on this journey. So, that is what we're going to be talking about today. I'm going to text Roma that I'm ready to come on. Um, but I'm really excited to see you guys all today. And if you are doing the 3K in 30 days challenge, let me know if you have any questions, and I got you. Hello, beautiful friend.
Hi,
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am doing really good. What's going on with you today?
Um, where do I start?
All the things.
uh, yeah, I'm very tired. I'm on the verge of burnout entirely.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, my financial situation has not improved, but all of that being, I'm still very positive, and I am very not hopeful. Like I'm confident that everything will work out the way I've been working for it. But um, remember when we started coaching in the beginning, and like there's been like lots of talks of like you should just have one thing. Well, in like say human design, I'm a manifesting generator.
Are you a manifestor? Okay, I was literally the past coaching call I was on. We went there. We went all full manifestor, and I'm ready to go there with you. Like,
I'm worse. I'm a manifesting generator.
yeah. So I think you've been generating, and we need to work on the other
Yeah,
side of things.
and it's like it's I understand. I'm a multi-passionate. That's the only way that things are going to work out and everything. And so that when we coached on that, we talked about that. And
You felt stifled.
yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, yeah, but also it was like I don't have a choice. I have to do all the things. That was my brain, like
Mm-hmm.
And now I have this like wonderful group of in-person, let's say clients, but they're students, right?
Yep.
Um, that are not paying me what I need to be paid, but that's okay because I set it up as a like a trial program.
Okay.
It's not eating up. It is eating up more of my time. I need to be more efficient about it, and express some like boundaries and changes and stuff moving forward. But then my high ticket program is where it's at, and I've been doing the research on nervous system work and sales,
Mm-hmm.
and, and I realized that I'm in a very um, instant default to like perpetual doom state,
Mm-hmm.
and it's constantly survival mode. Like whenever I'm not
Dorsal vagal. Is that where you're at? Yeah.
yeah, and it's like that's just where I'm at most of the time. So how, of course, can I be doing something better for myself, right?
Yeah. Okay. Can I? And I don't even know what you want coaching on,
Mm-hmm.
but I feel I want to know what you want coaching on, but I want to help you because I think I can get out of
Okay.
that state.
Okay.
Like I'm feeling like really like funky today, like but like very ready. I don't know. Let's
Okay.
just see how it goes. Okay. Like I think we're supposed to be on this call for a
I
reason today. I'm ready.
do. I was like, oh, it felt like honestly, the last few times you've messaged me, I'm like, oh, I can't, and I can't, and I have another thing, and I've felt like that for everything. Like it's nauseating. I feel like,
Yeah.
blah,
Yeah.
right now. But
Yeah.
you messaged me last night. I was like, actually, I planned one day for myself to recalibrate,
Yeah.
and it happens to be today. So,
Let's recount.
yeah. Um, so it's basically that like constant going back into that, and then also realizing like there's so many different ways of going about things. You can do paid ads, non-paid ads. You can do cold calls. You can attract clients. You can do networking. You can do social media. Like there's so many different things. And like, I don't give a shit what one coach says to another coach says that one doesn't work. They all
They
work.
all
They all
work.
work.
They
So
always do.
they always
Mm-hmm.
do. It's you have to focus and choose what's, like feel out what's right for you. And
Yeah.
yeah, and I realize also that I've had a challenge my whole life. It's come up that I'm not very good at pushing past the discomfort of things.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not complete, I was never disciplined physical thing. So like when I'm faced with that like physical symptoms of stress and calls and everything, I don't do well and it kills my whole day. So then I'm like, well, I can't do that.
Okay. So
Oh,
yeah, I want to offer you
yes,
something.
please.
What if you're not supposed to push past the discomfort?
I think that.
Okay.
I that the
What
the
say
the ease.
you got to get back into ease. I think
Yeah.
that's where we got to go. Now, the ease comes, I think, from trust. And I think like, there's the trust, of course, is not there right now because I think what's happening is you're looking for the trust of like, it's like, I'm not sure if you feel like, if we think about like the belief triad, it's like trusting yourself, trusting your business, or like the universe, and then trusting your clients to come. I think those three things are not, the belief might just be a little off, you know?
Yeah.
And I realized that too. I realized that like I wasn't believing in my business, and I've been in this place of trying to action my way through my business. And I will tell you, it's worked a little bit of the time. But when I get into ease, when I can get like, when I can get into like the just true joy of everything, that's when I start to just feel like, oh, it just it works so fucking fast. Like you can push muscle your way through things. It just takes a lot longer. And I don't think that I think you're ready to have things go quickly now.
Yes, because it's like I in business was like, no, I have to be super disciplined. I have to be so like focused and everything and do all the tasks. And, this guy is telling me this and this person's telling me this. And like, all right, I want to be a serious business person. So I'm going to do this stuff. But then I literally have like lost joy in my personal life. I don't like, I'm not putting any effort into how I'm looking or like feeling good. I'm doing meditation and like my basic healthcare needs, but like it's all trickling down where like there's no joy in anything and it's not going to work. So
No. And we're just gonna go full woo because I know you're ready for it. And if people aren't ready for it, that's okay. They're just gonna learn a little different side of me they haven't seen a lot of. But within your life and within your business, there is there are some words that I would not use to describe you. And that's a serious business person. You're not meant to be serious. You're not meant to be, I think, like, not disciplined. I think you are disciplined in a different way, but disciplined in a rigid, very harsh way, super focused. I think that the beauty of your focus is it comes from organic joy. You know what I'm talking about? And
really,
so I think what's happened is you had to get so out of alignment, really like go down the path of traditional, like the masculine ways of the world, like you have to do this and you got this and we got this. Like I I think that you had to experience that to really come back to who you truly are. And I'm sorry that it's been so hard, and I know that it hasn't felt good, but we're going to get back to that today.
You,
Okay?
honestly, I trust that. And that's why I'm not that sad about it
Yeah.
all. I've just been kind of like one foot in front of the other kind of thing.
Yeah.
But today is the day with
Today
Megan. So
is the day. And so like I think that what happens is when you get back into that like aligned feeling where you're feeling like you're really you, you take the actions that are the right actions to take, and it doesn't feel like work. It doesn't feel like you have to push through. You just get ideas and you're just like, oh, I get, but not from a place of like, oh, I have to do this idea right now, but it's just like, this seems like it could be the right next thing. Let me just try this and let me try this and let me try this. And it's like, oh, here it is. And it'll just like alchemize to being like this, like, you're going to see it all together. But the reason why you haven't been able to see it and why you're pushing through is because the other thing I wanted to point out is like, there are so many ways to run a business. Every way is the right way. You just get to choose your right way. Okay. So I want you to think about within your business right now, do you want to bring people into this high ticket program?
yeah,
And I think this high ticket program, this is which program is it?
a tiny tattoos.
Yeah. Okay. So I want you, when you created that program, how did it feel?
Exciting.
Okay.
Um, I I have uh, noticed a challenge that I have, and that's completing things. And I think with this program, there's like the final like things that I wanted to add into it to feel like, okay, this is complete now. There's like a coaching element. Now there's a this. So there's like a small bit of it that I'm not accomplishing. And I think it's because, which is trippy, I think it's because I'm so proud of it and I know it's so good. And I'm self sabotaging myself to not finish it and not put it out there so that I can continue feeling shitty about myself and that I'm not good
Yeah,
enough.
it's just familiar.
Yeah.
It's just familiar at this point. And so we just need to show your brain that those familiarities, like, they're not really serving you anymore.
Yeah.
It's what you needed to go through right now, but we're ready to move past that. And so if you think about like, so we've got tiny tattoos. What would you, what do you want? What's your goal from tiny tattoos?
Uh, 6 students.
Okay. And I want you to focus on that. And I want you to focus, and this would be 6 students for February, right? Okay.
Yes.
And I want you to focus on them. And I want you to know, I want you to go to a place where they are working with you right now. How would you feel? are you picturing working with them right now? You can keep your eyes closed.
Mhm.
I think that you haven't done this. I don't think that you've been in this energy yet. And when you focus on what you don't want, of course, it creates more of what you don't want. You got to focus on what you do want, and it'll create more of what you do want.
The default mode.
Yeah. And
Mhm.
so I think what's happened is you've had so much experience processing potentially like negative emotion that your brain really knows how to process negative emotion. And it actually has gotten very familiar with like defaulting to negative emotion, or like, I don't like the word negative, but you know what I mean.
Survival
Yeah,
mode. Yeah.
yeah, just survival mode. And you have been so resilient in so many situations. I want your brain to know that, like, you have always been, even in like some of the worst situations, you've always been able to create enough safety for yourself, even if you aren't fully safe. You know what I mean? It was safe enough that you've been able to make it out of those really hard situations. Always.
And that's what I'm doing now. I'm just creating safety really from the unknown, right?
And I want to show you that, like, you have always created safety from the unknown. So safety will always exist wherever you are, you know?
Really.
And so I think that, like, what we need to do is actually focus on the feelings you would feel if you had those 6 clients, and getting you to feel that in your body. Because if you think about, like, your thoughts are like the energy that you have, and your feelings are like the vibration that you're feeling in the world. And if you want to bring more people into your sphere that are ready for this tiny tattoos, we need to create that safety within yourself, that you are feeling totally complete, so that when they come, it's just, oh, great, they came. Instead of it being like, because what's happening is, like, there is physical, I know there are physical things that, like, are going to be changing, but I think you are the kind of person that was ready to be at this point where there was like actual physical sea line stuff that is coming at you, and I think that you're powerful enough that you can go through that. You know what I mean? And I think that you are ready. I think that you've been preparing your whole life for this moment, you know? And for that version of you that's standing on the yacht that is just ready, I know that she's there. And she went through this too. It's like she had to, you know? But she knows now that she's safe. Wherever she is, she's ready and safe. So it's like, when you have those 6 students, because it's inevitable, how would you feel?
Feel like all of my work is being appreciated, used, and I'm getting experience and I'm getting better instead of fearing failure, doing it right. I'm looking forward to making mistakes and improving because I have such wonderful students that are all about it. I don't have to do any convincing or chasing or anything like that. They just get it and do
Uh-huh. They just, yeah. Okay. Do you see how parts of what you're wanting are based on what you don't want?
help.
That you've experienced? You see what I'm saying? It's like, all my work is being appreciated, I think is coming from the thought my work hasn't been
Mm-hmm.
appreciated. I'm getting better means that I haven't been better.
Mm-hmm.
I'm doing it right. I'm doing it wrong.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
And that's totally fine. Sometimes you have to see what you don't want in order to get what you do want. But all you want is for your work to be appreciated. You want your work to be used. You want to be getting better. You want to do it right. You want to look forward to making mistakes and improving. You want to have wonderful students. You want to have, you don't want to have to do convincing or chasing. And I want you to come up with the converse of what that would be. Would they just get it? So, what would be like, it's called desired result. We do that when, like, we used to do that instead of telling kids in the hallway, like, don't run, we would say, walk.
Yeah.
So, instead of you don't have to do a convincing or chasing,
Uh,
what would they?
I would be attracting people coming to me that I feel like I was attracting previously a level of client that was not ready for my offer, but was interested. So that gave me a taste of it, and then
Mm-hmm.
it fell off.
Because
So
you thought fell
totally
off. It was,
100.
it's like that's what happened.
I was like, I don't deserve to get paid that much money by these people for sure. That was something I was in there.
Yeah.
So now I can envision like I also have been comparing myself to like an industry that is not the same as mine, and also like what I'm doing is not the same as anybody else, so like there's even if there was to compare, there isn't to compare. So like I just got to let go of that and know that it's worth it because I'm teaching something that's amazing, and my students that I do have love it and they appreciate it and they're grateful. And I think also another thing is to like putting it out there, like these are the times I'm available, and letting people come to me and book those things for that money is great, rather than me like, oh, that doesn't work for you, oh, let me try this, oh, let me try that, let me like
Right.
oh, money yet, let me split it up for you, oh, okay, no, I can't.
Because it just doesn't, it, but like, at least you're attracting people. You know what I mean? It's
Yeah,
like, so it's like we figured out the first step.
yeah,
Amazing. Like we're figuring it out. And it's
yeah.
just gonna keep getting better every single time. So if you're thinking about like, I want you to like actually see, like, just close your eyes for a second. And I want you to really picture like all six of these students. And they are just coming to you. They're attracted. They're just like, wow, this is something like I've never seen before. And just knowing that 600 of them are out there, not just six. And just seeing all their faces lighting up as they use the work that you have put all this time into, because you know it's like part of your life's work is to create this in the world. Like this is what you were supposed to do. Why else would you go through everything that you did? It's the next right step. You know it is. And you can see them appreciating you for all these times, for February 8th, 2023, when you were like, you continued to go through because you could see the bigger picture. And you could see yourself just improving every single time. And knowing that there's no right way to do it right, there's a way you decide to do it right. And you take back all of that control for yourself and your business. And you're like, I'm choosing to do it this way and it feels right to me and I'm going to go for it. And I'll evaluate it and I'll change it if that doesn't work. But I never do anything wrong. Everything I do is right. Of course, I'm going to make mistakes, but I always improve. And I want you to picture just the most wonderful students that just like love you and are getting so much from your work. And I want you to see them just getting it. They're like, oh, I just get it. How do you feel now? Like, what emotions come up?
It comes up like if I start feeling the good feeling and stuff, and then where moments didn't go perfectly with past clients. I keep saying clients, students for me, but anyway, same thing. That like when things didn't work out, that started to mean something about me, and that like I should inevitably expect things to not go right, and why can't I just relish in the fact that like it's all good, and even when something does happen, it's not going to change how I feel about me or my program or anything.
No,
So it's a,
because you're not seeing the bigger picture just yet. You will, I promise. So it's like, but it's like, and I know that feeling's coming up, and I just want you to like, we're gonna listen to that feeling in just a second. I promise. But I want you to go to the place where you've got these 6 amazing clients, and you can see 20 more coming, and you see 60 more coming, and 600 people. These people in New York are reaching out to you about it. These people in Florida, these people in Mexico, like all these people just start reaching out to you. How would you feel then? Like it's already happening. What's coming up for me is like at peace, calm, appreciated. What comes up for you?
is feeling all of the things that I chipped away at are now like actually functioning systems.
Mm-hmm.
Feeling
What was that last one?
just happy about like ah ah yeah, I guess
Yeah.
like it's all working.
Yeah. It always has been and it's never stopped. Okay. Now, before you come back here, I want you to notice that you've been trying to take action from not this place. And I think it's because our brains think that once you have the 6 students, then you can be allowed to feel these things, right?
Yeah, like I'm not ready for them yet.
Yeah. But the converse is actually true. You have to feel like this and think like this in order to attract them. And so it's not that you weren't ready for them. You've brought them in. You already have brought human beings have come to you
Yes.
And I think that we just need to get you back to like the bigger piece of like why I think that you were given this mission in the world. And I think that like the fallacies of the current tattoo industry, but you also know the beauty of it. You know how much peace and healing it can bring to people. How it can be an expression of their innermost self that's reflected outward for the world to see. And even though they've changed and grown as humans, that part of them is still with them and they're proud of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I think that you experience everything that you did experience to bring the world more peace and healing through your gift of artistry and tattoos, and also your ability to bring communities together and connection. Like, if you think about like each well of ink that you are like using to craft these incredible creations on people's bodies, if you think about that, that's connecting the lines, it's bringing people together, it's healing them.
Totally.
And so if you think about that bigger purpose of this in the world, how does that feel? And I want you to trust that, like in the past, the world has sent you everything that you needed to move to the next step. And the world has 600 tiny tattoo artists that are just waiting for you to come into their lives. They're so excited because they see the things that maybe they're doing with permanent makeup or other ways that they're making people feel more like themselves. And you get to bring them this so they can continue to help people feel more like themselves. Not from a place of like, I have to, but because like this would just be a really amazing thing to have in the world. And I think I'm supposed to do this. And I'm feeling like there's something holding you back from just being there, and now I want to allow that to, I want to hear whatever is blocking you from being in that just like energy. I want to help you unblock it, because you can see that you are a like incredible being who can create any emotion that you want to, and you can create connections. And like again, I think that we're spiritual beings having a physical experience in the world, and it's like we've got all these gifts that we have that I think we're supposed to do something with, and you can see that. So what is blocking you from feeling like you're just in that place?
There's a spectrum of things.
Mm-hmm.
Um, in the like role of this aspect, I know what to do. It's just a matter of taking action part is the on social media, position yourself as somebody they would want to trust. The know, like, trust. All of the things. I have this entire like course of social media from many different teachers. All of it is in me. I just need to do the things. And on top of it, I have all of the team key players that are literally like, I had a social media content expert from next door at a marketing agency that randomly became friends with me, that just wants to help me because she thinks I'm awesome and like
Because you are. Because
and I'm like, I don't know what to do, and this, that. And she's like, I'll just help you be accountable. I'll help you teach your people how to do things. And like, I'm like, you're an angel. But why am I not jumping on taking care of this, and I keep pivoting to do different things. So the what's holding me back is, I think, a fear of actually breaking through this next level, because I've done a lot of work, and I think that's the biggest thing. It's like, it can't believe this is really happening. Is this really happening? Am I really not going to struggle anymore? Am I really not going to? I have not been this low in my entire life, and now I'm good. Like, it has to happen now, but then I want it more, and I'm needing it, and I have
Yeah,
to have it.
yeah.
Energy
I
that's stopping
I
every.
have had the most financial security I've ever had, the most people working with me I ever have, feeling the most aligned than I have, and I've never felt more unsafe.
Huh.
I literally think it's supposed to be this way.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the next level. And I want you to know that, like, you can see all the pieces unfolding in front of you. And I want you to think about, like, if you think about, like, the deeper things that we're supposed to be doing in this world, it's like, yes, it's like we've got all the team players, we've got all the physical things, that we have, but you also have, it's like, we have to break through that safety, like creating safety. It's safe to succeed. It's, in fact, instead of like, I think there's a thought that you have to struggle to be successful, and you're seeing that it could be easy. And I think that it actually, in order to break past this next point, maybe we had to struggle to this point, but now we can't, like, if we struggle more, it will actually take us backward.
Yes, actually, in fact, on that point, so uh, I've noticed that I've been like playing the role of like overworked boss, like can't get it together with finances, and like I'm starting to create this like pity party around me, and like it's not, that's not all the time, but like little bits of it, and it's more and more I'm noticing. I'm like, that's ugly, that's not what I want. But I realized too that I grew up around a very hardworking mom who was a business owner, and I didn't realize that I actually really looked up to her and that she is a role model, because we didn't get along growing up. But this idea of being this like trying to be successful like my mom, but my mom also struggled the entire time she
Mhm.
was successful, and she was always tired, and it was always like she didn't even have time to pee, or there was always financial time problems, like there was just. And now I'm embodying that, because I think I'm like, that's my memory, and that's what I know is the path to success, but I know otherwise, I know better, so we're
Like,
just.
so what happened is, I think that, like, we've talked about soul shrapnel before, where it's like, I think that we have like these souls that like come down to the planet, and they know, it's like, your soul, I think, knew that you were meant to be creative, that you were meant to like help some people in maybe this artistic way that like we have. And I think what happened is there was like little t and big T trauma that just kind of like separated those parts of the whole. And I think what we're realizing, I don't think we're ever supposed to be fully whole. Also, I don't think the goal is to ever be fully healed. I don't think that's possible. And I think like just trying to be like fully healed and realize and self actualize, like, we get glimpses of it. But imagine if we were self actualized like all the time. It wouldn't be nearly as remarkable and like amazing as it is, right? So it's like, I think we get glimpses of it and we're like, ooh, feels good. This is what it feels like to heal. I feel it now. I'm feeling in flow. And then we lose it and then we get it back. And then it's like this constant like yin and yang kind of like flow. But if you think about it with your mom, it's like that's generational trauma that we didn't realize.
Yeah.
And I think that you seeing her going through that tired thing, it just created this idea of this is the right way and this is how it's supposed to go, especially if she was successful.
Yes,
I have a
definitely.
very similar situation that happened for me. And I just want to like, what I've been doing, and I'm like, what if there's another way?
Yeah.
In fact, I've seen other ways.
I'm trying to expose myself right now to other ways, and like
Yeah.
end of like overnight success kind of thing, and like That's one end of it. And then just like, yeah, it just happened. I look at you, like, so
It's been wild. And if you think that it has been quite a journey. I'm working on getting into the ease now, but it's been a journey. But I also know that the times when my business is functioning the best are when I'm happy, ease, and proud.
yeah, yeah,
Always. But my
yeah.
like, no, no, no. But it's also when you worked like your ass off and worked 83-hour weeks. And it's like, no.
And you feel crappy at the end. You got a lot of excellent work done that's going to help people and
Yeah.
stuff. So there's duality in everything.
So I want you to think about like exactly. There's both. There's like the masculine, the feminine energy, like yin, the yang. It's like we got both. And now I've got a lot of masculine energy that I'm very skilled at using. And now I'm also tapping into more of like the feminine energy that I'm not used to using. And it works really well. And I can use both. And I've got the skill to use both. Now you've got the skill that you needed to go forward to the next
I
level.
think
Yeah.
that's exactly it.
Yeah. So now you've got all the masculine energy. You are ready. You've got, and people who don't know, masculine energy is like when you are actioning your way through life and just trying to do more in order to be more. There is a part of that that a business owner, I think it's an asset to have. And now you've created it. Wow, what an awesome skill that you have. Now we have to think about you for the next level. It's like if you could build a business in any way that you want. Social media, you said I know what to do, right? What feels right for you to bring in these next 6 people? What feels easy?
I love that you asked me that.
Yeah,
Because all this entire time, it's not been about what I feel is right. It's about what somebody else is telling me.
I know.
And I feel if I just put myself out there, people will come because I'm fucking awesome.
So how would you, like, if you were to close your eyes and just like feel that feeling of like, I know what's right. How would you want to put yourself out there?
Well, remembering the people that have come to me, the people my entire life that have been fans of me, whatever capacity, and like harnessing that feeling and creating content that is for those people.
What is that feeling? If you could name it, if you could,
That feeling is feeling loved, desired, but not in a icky way. Like in a, I can
no,
like help. Like it's a mutually beneficial. Like they want me, and I want them to want me because then I can help them. Then we can do this
yes.
thing. Great.
And I hear like passionate,
Yeah.
expressive, like expansive.
Yes.
It's like creating from that place. And I want you to like, do you have time? Do you have time after 12?
Yes.
Okay, I do. Great. I was like, I want to be mindful. But like if we were to put like what I did is like I realized that I've been so good at processing my negative emotion. I didn't know that I could generate positive emotion too. Like when I'm doing the model and stuff and like the A line, like very like when I'm doing the model, I'm writing it down. It's like I can get glimpses of emotion, but I actually can really generate a lot of powerful emotion that can spread very quickly. So it's like if you were to think about like loved, if you were to like close your eyes and like feel it in your body, where do you feel loved? Or just love in general, like love as a
It
feeling.
kind of spreads through me,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to place it. And I want you to figure out about a place in your body where you can feel love. And I want you to like put it there. And every time when you're getting back into the old feelings, I want you to come back to love.
Yeah, this always feels good. This
Where if you because you are a powerful creator, you get to choose where in your body you want to feel it. Where do you want to feel it?
I want to feel it in my chest, in my heart center.
Okay. What color do you want it to be? It doesn't have to be the traditional ones.
Hmm. I think I like the like pinks and reds and whites.
Yeah. Okay. What about desire?
Desire a little bit lower, and
Okay.
it's a darker red.
Okay. And I want you to picture that love and desire. And I want you to imagine it flooding your body and it, allowing any of the other emotions that are there to just be enveloped by it and peacefully escorted out of you. Let me know when you've been able to do that. Okay, what about expressive or passionate?
Feeling passion, I feel in my hands. I feel like,
Yeah.
yeah, like even
What color?
passionately, it's like hand talking.
Yeah. How do what color do you want it to be?
Like orange.
And I want you to picture that now, like almost like electricity in your hands, like going throughout your body and eradicating any of the other things that are in there. And just feeling passionate, fully passionate. And then what about expressive?
Like moving through my arms.
What color?
Variations of orange and yellow.
And I want you to imagine that flowing through you like water, and like that it's just like filling you up from your arms all the way to the bottoms of your feet, all the way to the top of your head. Just filling you up with all that expression. And what about like expansive?
Like it like fans out throughout my whole body through my arms, and then it comes out around me.
Huh? What
Like
color?
whites and turning into like bright blues.
Okay. Now I want you to imagine this feeling, all of this that you're experiencing. And I want you to imagine it all throughout your body. And I want you to picture it expanding outside of your body and creating this orb around you.
Mm-hmm.
And then I want you to feel this. And then I want you to allow that to go to the whole room that you're in. And I want you to feel your energy shifting every item in your room. And then I want you to allow that energy to expand to anybody in your building and all those rooms. And I want you to feel it going through the whole city of Toronto. And as it does, it builds momentum and it gets faster and more intensity, and it builds up all of this frequency and then goes all the way through Canada and all the way through the US and all the way through the world, through the oceans. And it just creates this like pulsating like feeling that you're expanding throughout your body. Do you feel that happening?
Totally.
Okay, now I want you to picture 600 people who are ready for tiny tattoos. And I want you to like individually point at them, like metaphorically, and I want you to light them up with that same feeling and that drive and that desire and that love and that expansion and that expression and that same passion. And I want you to see them and knowing that you are safe and that you are the generator of these feelings that they also are seeking to create in themselves. And I want you to draw them in and just like in the warmest of like holding them and being like, I will support you here. I'm ready. I'm ready to support your growth. I'm ready to support your healing. I'm ready to support your future businesses because it's going to help to create a healing impact on the rest of the world as well. How does that feel?
Amazing.
I just want you to hold this feeling and know that you can come back here whenever you want because you are the powerful creator that can create this just with your mind and with your body. And like, this is your spirit, you know? And then I want you to hold this feeling. And then I want you to count back from 20 with each number fully solidifying and integrating this feeling into your body. And when you get to 1, gently open your eyes.
That's what's up.
Yeah. And that's what we're supposed to do, is to be that for the people. And we're always in the process of becoming, and I don't think we're ever supposed to get to the point where we're like, we're here all the time. That would be so much fun. But like at the same time, it wouldn't be as special as it is right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
And this is that heart-centered business model, you know?
It's soul-centered.
Yeah.
You know? So I want you to know that when you're about to make decisions about your business, go to that place and be like, what do I want to do? If I could do anything and it's going to work out no matter what. And I trust that I can create anything from nothing. I have before and I'll do it again. And also trusting that like whenever I ask for it, the universe has answered in ways that I didn't ask for it, maybe in the way that I was wanting it. Like the people who are coming to me, it's like, oh, I wasn't as clear as I wanted to be.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's like, I wasn't clear enough about that part. Oh, I need to be clear that the people who are coming to me, that they do actually also appreciate my work. And I also, that you're just attracting people that it's like, oh, sorry, universe. I wanted people, but I didn't want to actually have to do convincing. And it's like, I also, sorry, universe. I know I was getting into the right and wrong, and now I realize that like none of that matters.
Mm-hmm.
Right and wrong doesn't even exist, you know?
Hell yeah, actually.
You know? Oh, and it's like, so what do you want to do? You said that you would put yourself out there. How would you want to put yourself out there from this place?
I think having been reminded of this as I can do it like this, and it doesn't have to be forceful and masculine, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take a look at what my priorities have been so that I can make some space for myself.
Yes.
And not
take a look.
Myself, for myself.
Yes.
I never want to show up looking like this again on your lives.
And if you do, we'll hold space for you because it doesn't matter.
I own a beauty business, for God's sake. And I don't take advantage of these things. because I've made up some things that I can't.
But look at how your brain, you're getting sucked into this, and it's like you are so much more than this.
Yes.
We all.
Yes, totally. No, I agree with that. And it's not that, it's that I like doing the beauty things. I like getting dressed up, but and I have, I've sacrificed my beauty services and stuff and costs because of business, because I also have been in a test with myself at the beginning of this year to really love myself, and not based on that beauty stuff. So that's exactly what it is. So first thing I'm going to do is take the next step, which is make time for my self-care, not just beauty stuff, my
Yeah.
self-care.
I said follow what you like to do.
Yeah. Yeah. Like do what I like to do and then turn around and make some content that I'm just having fun with and that I can talk to people that are like about it. So, and like stop trying to reach out to people and hoping that they're about it and maybe they'll like me, but they don't even know who I am. So like,
Exactly. And it's like I'm gonna reach out, like even doing that though, I feel like I was given like a list of like people who are coaches, and I was like, you know what? I wonder if I'm supposed to do this. So I'm like, I'm gonna have fun with it, even like because it's like because the act of doing it isn't fun. I'm fun. So whatever I do, I just make fun. Like
right.
I am.
Right.
And like I want you to think about like whatever you do in your business, you just make work because that's who you are. Life isn't fun, you make it fun.
And if you don't like it, then you pivot.
Yes, exactly. Do what you like.
Yeah.
Like there are gonna be sometimes in life when you have like things that you don't like, but I'm like when I do taxes even, I'm like, I really love doing this because I know that the dollars that I'm paying in taxes are going to go, like when I was doing my QuickBooks, I was like, it's going to help a system that I don't like. It's a system that is in place to support others, and I'm like, I'm glad to do that. And I'm like also seeing how much like every penny of things that I made, I know went to help other people. And I'm like, oh, I just appreciate it so much. I'm like, even the stuff that isn't fun, I make it fun, you know. And it's like a balance of like following what's fun and then also like following what feels right, even if it doesn't feel fun, and then making it fun too. You know,
Yeah, totally.
it's like
No, like that. There's no like you have
no,
to, and you know, if you don't, then you're not disciplined. Like no.
there's literally no right way to run your business. There's just the way that you decide to make it right. Always.
I love that.
Exactly. When Stacy said there's no right offer, there's just the offer you make right. I was like, there's no right anything. I was like, right? Isn't it real? I was like, oh my God. I went on a whole thing and I was like, there's no right business. There's no right like person. There's no, I just am deciding to make everyone right because that's who I am.
Totally.
Just sit on that for a second. It's like, woo.
It's all good. Yeah.
You know, but it's just like, it feels so like, and when you can just like be like, nothing's right, everything is, I'm going to go for it, whatever it is. I'm just going to follow the next right feeling thing to me, for lack of better words, because there's no like the next fine thing for me.
Wow. Yeah, the next right thing for me. I like that a lot.
Yeah, or next align thing for me, because I don't like the word right, because it's like, you know,
Totally.
align slash right thing for me. I love this. And what would you need to think? Because your brain's going to be like, but there's a right way. There's a wrong way. I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. I should be working harder. I need to suffer to be successful. All of that's going to come in. But with the deeper knowing, like if you think about like the big K knowing, like I think we all know that that's not true.
Mm-hmm. Totally.
So what can you think to just kind of be like, yes, I hear you. I know where you come from. And this is what I'm choosing to think anyways.
Choosing to think, surrender to joy and ease.
And it won't feel comfortable.
Feel comfortable. It'll be scary even.
So like maybe it's instead of scary, maybe it's like courageous.
Okay.
Because if we think about like the kind of life that we live, it's like if we created generation, if the generations before us created the suffering to successful, I never want any future generations to feel like that has to be true. And if you think about like even historians like Lincoln, Harriet Tubman, Gandhi, like Nelson Mandela, all the people, it's like they hurt a lot and then they got to be successful.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't want them to have to live by that code. I don't want them to have to, like, when they're applying to things, be like, what was your biggest struggle? So you can prove to us that you're worthy of acceptance. Literally.
Yeah, totally.
What kind of like a life do we want to create for the next generations instead of struggling to get successful? What if it's like courageous to be like, I want to create a business from like love?
Period.
Is from love.
Yep.
And then what you'll get is an aligned business.
Yeah. Wellness, beauty, and badassery.
Right?
That's my
Yeah.
yeah, that's the slogan, and I truly and like that's all it's about. Like, and badassery is like being authentic and not giving a shit and like rewriting the book, you know. So,
I'm so proud of you. I want you, before you do, like, maybe for your meditations or things like that, get into this place every day.
yes.
And Stacey did a podcast about her $30 million self. I think that's what she means. Like, she's like, what would that be? It's like, this is like $1 million mags. I'm like, she just loves, and she's silly and she's expressive and doesn't care what people think. And she just like gives everyone the biggest hug, and it just brings people so much joy because she doesn't feel like her joy is in supply. Like she feels like that it's just abundant,
Mm-hmm.
you know? And so it's like, that's who I picture. And that's the kind of business is like, I want other people to look up to. And I know that yours is going to be like that too. So it's like getting into that energy, and you're going to have to slip out of it. Like it's inevitable, but just like getting there every time you notice it, just being like, I don't want to be here. I'm going to try and get back to the other place.
Right.
You can.
Okay.
But I think this is so good. I'm so proud of you, lady. You are awesome.
So are you, and this was the most magically aligned call ever. So I love you, and
of course. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any questions about this, there might be a lot. This is very different than like anything I've ever done. So bring them, and I will answer to the best of my ability.
open